All right, everyone. I'm very, very excited to share this story with Amanda Rush. Um, we met a few months ago. Initially, we kind of started in a certain way, but then, we partnered a different way. So let me start with this. I will please ask you, Amanda, to first introduce yourself. Share what you do, where you're from, who is Amanda, and then we go from there. Is that okay?
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, my name is Amanda Rush. I'm the owner of Rush Digital Marketing, and really we help coaches get more clients through actually providing them with leads and booked calls, so that they can close them and then grow their business that way. And it's all through organic marketing, so it's really fun. I like it a lot. And yeah, I'm from Ventura, California, but I'm currently in Portland, Oregon, my new home here. So yeah, everything's going awesome. Thanks for having me.
Amanda, so let's go back to our story because you have a different story than the norm, I would say. So out of nowhere, one day you scheduled a call with me, remember?
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about that. So you just schedule a call. I'm like, okay, I just got this booking out of nowhere. So tell me what happened, please.
Yes, that was a cool experience because I got to see exactly like how you were getting your own clients. So it made me even more intrigued. But I was actually in the middle of a little crisis with my business where we kind of had to reinvent how we were getting leads based on some updates from social media. So I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And I was searching for kind of new and innovative ways to generate leads. And I was doing some searches in this group that I'm in, and I found Felipe's comment explaining, oh, this is like how I get leads with the mirroring formula. And I was like, wait, what's that? So then I clicked on, this is all very strategic. Now I understand, but I clicked on his link that was on his profile that led to some testimonials. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to learn more because look at these great, this great work he's doing with people, and the way people interact with you. It's just like I could tell it was a positive experience that they were having, so it made me even more intrigued. And so I booked a call. I already knew I was sold like at the beginning. It was just kind of like I just needed confirmation. And then we had a couple calls, and I was like so sure that I wanted to learn mirroring at that point, that I remember like on the calls when you were kind of thinking about like, oh, let me see how I can help you. I remember when there was like pauses in your response, I was like, oh my God, what if he doesn't like take me as a client? I was all scared. But
That's funny.
yeah, I got worried because you can be kind of serious sometimes. So I was like, what if he can't help me? But thankfully, it obviously worked out well, and I signed up, and but that's how I found you, was through your own mirroring. So it kind of already hooked me.
That's exactly that. So when we first had that call, I went through, okay, who is this person? I went through a website. I was super impressed with, everything around you and your vibe. And the fun thing is when I went through your website before our first call, I looked at, your statement and what is it you do? And I'm like, okay, so I actually thought you wanted to offer your services to me because you obviously have a very good proof of concept on how you serve service providers in terms of lead acquisition. And then I understood that was that shift in that social media platform that made you, as a good business owner, to look for different angles that you can improve in your own service delivery. That's awesome. So then we start working together. But the cool thing was, on the call that you said, all right, Philip, I want to learn. I want to go into the Mirroring Academy. I want to, learn this formula. I said, all right, Amanda, tell me, how do you provide your service? And then you say, well, this is what you do. And I'm like, I say, okay, I buy it. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I bought your service on my sales call.
Yeah, I bought your service. I like whipped out my wallet and paid for yours, and then you did the same thing back.
Right. That's
that was
right.
a nice surprise.
There we go. And then this is very important because then I went into your service delivery process, and I got to understand exactly how you serve your people. And in the lead generation market, which what would be the best word is a very noisy, let's say dirty word. dirty worlds where most people promise the world and deliver pretty much nothing.
Mhm.
So when I went in, I saw it, she actually has a very good process in place. So we worked for a couple of months, right? And in between, you said to one of your team members that he should work with me. So then he worked with me. He brought a client as well with the new formula. But then, as we got to know each other, then when an opportunity came up, right?
Yes.
So what was it?
Sure. So essentially, I believe you saw a great opportunity to kind of partner up and kind of develop a better sales process for me and my company in a way that would be beneficial to both parties.
Correct.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful for that because I think you're very opportunity like you can see them, and I'm a little bit blocked off a lot of the time. So I'm really grateful for that. Yeah.
You're right. There was I saw, I think you have a fantastic service. I think I haven't seen actually yet without paid advertising, Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, that type of channels within the organic space, lead generation in volume and call appointment in volume. I think your service is ridiculous powerful. So anyone who actually watched this interview, they should definitely talk with you if you have a profitable sales process in place. Anyone that has a profitable sales process, know how to convert the right people into paying customers, your service is a perfect match. So I saw that, and that's when we decide to partner. I say, Amanda, listen, I can, easy help you with the sales process, do some sales calls, find the proof of concept, and then either you take it for yourself, or I can have someone replicate what we do, and you bring more people and you grow this into a ridiculous numbers. So I saw the opportunity because, again, your service delivery is very, very good. So we already have been working for 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah, I think we're about 2.5 months in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have a full 3 months, but when we partnered, okay, tell us what was where you were, what was where you are now, roughly, obviously, and what's the process? That would be nice.
Sure. So where I was before is I was at the time I was taking on my own sales calls as well as another closer that I had, who I kind of taught my general process to, and at that point we were doing about 10K per month in sales, and then Felipe and I kind of had this, or I guess I'm talking to you. Oh, then you and I had this this agreement that you just described, and you started developing the proof of concept, and literally like within 2 weeks, like your closing rate just like skyrocketed because you started like picking up details and like kind of adjusting, and that was super impressive to me because it was interesting to see the evolution. Then once you kind of got that proof of concept in place, we really just started seeing like a waterfall of clients come in, and we ended up growing from the 10K to like 30K in those few months. And on top of that, I got to, not to bash anyone, but I did get rid of the other sales rep, and on top of that, I was able to kind of like take those calls off my plate while I was kind of in the middle of like a lot of life stuff, which was perfect timing. So not only did like the agency grow, but I also had like a giant stress relief, and now I'm excited because now I can kind of like start learning your proof of concept, and that is super exciting to me. So it's honestly like 3 wins in one. Yeah, so that's
amazing. Yeah, that's a very, and that I was I knew that with your service delivery and the volume you bring in, because that's what closed me to you in the beginning. I said, how many calls you actually bring? You said like 50. I said, it's impossible. I said, no, I bring 50 calls a week. I said, wow, 50 calls a week? I mean, you can easily, bring 30, 40, 50 grand a month with that volume of calls. It's ridiculous. And it's actually true. It's actually true. So basically we have the proof of concept now. We tweaked a little bit, we brought in the value video, which was super simple but converts extremely well. We understand the 2-step call, which allow us to not do sales calls to people that are not never going to buy ever in the world, at least the next 3 to 6 months. So now we can easily replicate. So now you are going to start to that's going to be our next phase, when now me and you are going to do it together until you sink in that thing, and then you can say, all right, Philip, I don't need you anymore.
Like, get out. I already
Done.
all my gold from this.
Good.
But yeah, I think the other thing that I really loved was that you pushed me to do a few things. One of them was a client interview just like this to help me with social proof.
Social
and then
proof.
the other thing was the value video in between the calls. And I really like that you kind of like pushed me to do those things, because to be honest, I was putting those things off for a long time, and I finally did them, and I think it seems like they're helping. So it's pretty awesome.
Very good, Amanda. Appreciate you sharing that story. I would like to ask you this. Let's say, there's a business owner. They don't really need, they have a decent, let's say a decent sales process in place. They have a decent lead acquisition in place. They are thinking about how or ways to improve their sales process. Okay, so maybe are looking for whether sales courses or bring closers to their team, or salespeople, sales reps to their team, or maybe themselves learn how to sell, more or better. If you recommend me and my agency, why would you recommend me and my agency? Sure.
So for me, I think the biggest thing for me was seeing you learn the proof of concept so quickly, which tells me that you have, even if I'm not even sure if you have this documented or if it's just in your brain, but just you have a process for actually getting down to that, like the conversion rate that you want. And that's honestly, like, that's worth so much, just that alone. And if you can either help somebody else learn that or teach that to their salespeople or whatever it is that they need, like, that's going to make their company like a ton of money, and it's going to help their company grow like so much faster. And honestly, it's just like a giant shortcut. So like, why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, man. That's an important thing. What I did with you is what I pretend to do with this branch of my agency is not only provide someone, whether myself in the beginning, for example, to find the proof of concept, or someone trained by myself that will come in and then will frame that sales process, make it super ninja, make it super convertible. Not just that, but actually give you as a business owner that knowledge, so then you can have the power within your business to tomorrow, if you decide to go on your own way, not you, Amanda, I'm saying any business owner, you don't want to be dependable on any staff for anything, or any outsource agency or party for anything. So not just, that's what I want to do with you, is like, all right, Amanda, let me figure out the proof of concept, because we're going to figure out, and then let me teach you the proof of concept, so then you can actually have it. So then you can just replicate it. So you don't need to be depending on someone else. If tomorrow you want to change or sell the company, for example, do you know what I mean? So I appreciate your words. Now, very important question, that last one before we go, Amanda, I appreciate your time. If someone wants to have anywhere between 30 to 50 targeted leads for their own business, where 30 to 40% of those are booked calls, well, how can they find you, and how can they know more about Amanda Rush and the Nexus service, which is your method?
Sure. So the best place to reach me and all that information is on my website, which is rushdigitalmarketing.com. You can also, there's a little picture of me on there, and it'll actually link to my social medias too, just in case you want to check out more info about me. And like, you can see my actual LinkedIn profile, since that's where we do all of our lead generation, or most of it. But yeah, check out the website. It's all on there. Take a scroll. Yeah.
100%. All right, Amanda, again, thank you very much. Appreciate the time. And now let's go to 50 grand a month.
Yes, that's the next one coming up soon.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much.
Thank you.